Hey guys, how's it going out there? Hi radio, age of radioverse. Oh my god, I'm gonna stumble all over my words today. So I am Jinx. I am hosting today's Mercury episode. Jeremy is off doing some other fun, cool things. I don't know what it is. Go and spam his Instagram and say, why aren't you here on Mercury? But yeah, so I am Jinx from Cost Talk Live, and I'm gonna have my other co-hosts introduce themselves with starting with Trey.
All right. My name is Trey, also Creator Trey. I am the Age of Radio Discord community manager and also a creator in my own stuff.
Awesome. And Thermo.
I'm Thermo. I stream on Cause Talk Live, and I'm just a cause maker and slightly recovering from a sinus infection, so I sound really goofy right now.
Nice. That is awesome. So
Yeah.
how's your guys' weeks been other than that?
Busy. I
Busy.
work in information security, and apparently this is one of those weeks where they're like, throw everything at you.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh no.
That sounds great. How about you, Trey?
I've actually had a really productive week. Did a Substack earlier this week, and then I've been working on 3 projects simultaneously coding. So that's been fun.
Nice, nice, nice. I actually have been still working at my job, so I'm in my week 3 of my job, and it's been a lot of different things coming up. I work at a theater, so if you guys are interested in coming to see our show, I'm at the East Valley Children's Theater in Mesa, and our show launches next week. It's called The Secret Medusa. You can find information and ticket stuff at evct.org. So let's jump right into this week's articles. We've got our first one, and we're still talking about video podcasting. If you saw us a couple weeks ago, in the last couple weeks, we've been mentioning it. So this article talks about how video podcasts are almost overtaking audio consumption. Trey, what do you think? I mean, we've all got our own opinions on this, but let's keep talking about video podcasts.
Yep. So in aid of Jeremy not being here, I'm going to repeat our mantra that if it's not on an RSS feed, it's not a podcast.
Mm.
And specifically, I think this article says that these video podcasts also lead to more audio consumption, which I think is interesting, almost like it's a inlet pipe type deal. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm. Thermo?
Yeah, no, I agree. I actually, I had a really hard time with podcasts when they were only audio because I would get easily distracted, which sounds weird. I grew up in a big family. I always had lots of people home. So I got blind to when people were walking around, and I began to like ignore what they were saying. Like I would listen to what they were saying, but like I would ignore their movement. So when there's a video playing in the background, I don't necessarily watch it, but that movement is soothing to me because it reminds me of like my siblings and them wandering around and talking and that kind of background noise. So I actually consume more when there's visual stimulation as well.
Interesting. Yeah, we were talking about this before and how I'm ADHD, so I actually enjoy listening to podcasts even while I'm working. So that helps me kind of focus my audio on that, and it's not distracted by like whatever's going on in the office. However, I'm somebody who loves to consume everything of my fandom. So if I'm watching a movie, like when I watched The Hunger Games, I went and read the books after it. Like I'm more of a fast consumption like fandom, fandom enjoyer. My vocabulary is crap. But if I love something, I'm gonna want to go and get everything of it. So I totally get how this is drawing people in, and probably vice versa. Like you said, Thermo, listening to podcasts only is distracting, but if they have it in a video form, it's just another way for you to access it. And I think all versions is good because it increases the accessibility for anyone who wants to, you know, consume the content but can't necessarily focus on it. Like I think books are cool. I just cannot sit and read a book.
See, that's the thing is I actually like reading books, and watching video reading books works for me because I have that visual stimulation. My brain's imagining. I'm one of those people, like apparently not everybody does this. I'm one of those people when I read, I can like imagine the environment, the sounds, the smells, the tastes, like everything just becomes alive to me. So when I'm reading, there is actually visual stimulation in my mind that I'm like projecting onto a wall, right? I am imagining this projected onto a wall. If you guys have seen The Queen's Gambit, that is my brain. That is how my brain works. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I do. So but I think that's another reason why these video podcasts resonate with me.
Yeah, and I know that,
That
like, a lot of creators have been doing it for a long time because then it just makes more content for their Patreon or just, gets more audiences, right? They're reaching more platforms with video versions. They can post, anywhere where there's a video, content like on TikTok, on YouTube, especially now that YouTube, YouTube Shorts or even the whole long versions as well on YouTube. So, maybe not my favorite way to consume a podcast, but I mean, if it's in demand, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One quick clarifier, just to be sure. You guys probably already know this, but I want to make sure that I'm clear. I'm not saying anything against video podcasts. I'm just saying that if it's a podcast, it probably should be distributed. But also, I can definitely understand both of your guys' takes. Uh, Personally, I kind of am the opposite of you, Thermo. I actually have a really hard time visualizing stuff for more than like a millisecond. So I tend to go for either one, honestly.
Yeah, I do agree that it's not necessarily a podcast. You're like, I agree with that statement too. Like, it needs to be something else. I don't know what, but yeah, it's not a podcast because it's no longer, a cast on your iPod, which is what it had started as, right? But maybe there's, I don't know, maybe there's a new place for this for video casting, and then it becomes like a talk show, right? You're like, well, is it just like a talk show? But like, I think calling it a video podcast is a little weird. But then it's not a talk show,
Call it
right?
AV cast because it's audio and visual. AV cast.
Maybe AV cast. Yeah, because the point of the video is not them like talking to guests or a huge audience, right? It's literally just them in the recording studio or
sharing
whatever
information or stories or concepts. Yeah. And I think that works better. I also have to say, for some reason, when I used to listen to podcasts a few times, I used to do it, is I would, if I did get distracted, I would get frustrated that I'd have to rewind so much because I didn't realize that I would zone out for like 10 or 15 minutes at a time. Then all of a sudden it would say one word and I'm like, what the? How did I just lose that much of? I could focus on everything else, but not this. I found when I did listen to podcasts, if they just had like a little picture in the background, because some of them would have this little picture in the background, I could focus better. So I don't like, and for some reason too, the audio quality with video began to improve in recent years, and people who just stream audio, it sounds different to me. There's something in there that sounds different to me.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that it stimulates different senses as well. And one thing that I know that is super popular that happens, and I don't know what the term for it is, but when people are making reels or TikToks and they're like, "Get ready with me while I tell you this story about some crime thing." I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. What are those called? Kiwi, what are those
crime
called?
Cast? Like, yeah, like the
reels
GRWM crime casts. Yeah, like it's just crime casting.
Just crime casting.
I mean,
all right, so
yeah, that's how I think it is.
Yeah, I guess. Trey, do you know what I'm talking about?
It's the new version of our stories, okay, guys? You know how like the older generation, they had their stories, and it was like days of our lives and stuff like this. Our stories are crime cast and people putting their makeup on while talking about death.
Yeah. Cool story, bro. Okay, so we're gonna move on from video podcasting because I feel like we're kind of beating it to death a little bit, being a podcast show. But let's move on to our next bit of information here. Let's see. Mercury Podcast Network rolls out its indie hit Hall of Fame Orbit Support Hub. Oops, my cat's sitting on my keyboard. You're really not helping. You're sitting on the control and it was zooming in and out. So Trey, can you take this one?
Honestly, this is one of the ones that I didn't get to reading either. As far as I understand, it's just like more of a like independent podcaster thing. That's about. I mean, obviously, I read the headline, but I haven't read the article. Sorry.
No, you're good. I actually think I'm not like a huge podcast listener, but I do listen to a couple of indie ones. But some of my favorite ones are more of the bigger corporation ones. Like I really love the NPR TED Talk one. So I know those get tons of publicity on its own, just based on its name. So any kind of like publicity or exposure that indie podcasts can get is definitely a positive. Um, Thermo?
Um, I did not read this one because I was working today and I have not had much time to go through anything. But I do much prefer indie simply because there's not, when you get into more corporate driven podcasts or media, there are conditions that your sponsors tend to set on you that can restrict what information you share and how accurately you can share it. So the indie ones tend to have a lot better information and they cite their sources better. And most of the time they have a lot more flexibility with what they want to produce.
Yeah,
That's
and
fair.
if you check out Age of Radio, you can see the selection of indie podcasters that we host on there. A couple of ones I listen to, well, it's no longer indie. It used to be indie, was Red Handed, and it is a true crime podcast based out of the UK. And I listened to these ladies from the beginning when they used to record in their, they called it a violin closet. Because that's where they stored their violins. But yeah, they started, from humble beginnings. The audio is not so great, and they've managed to climb, and they've gotten sponsorships like Amazon Music and a bunch of other ones. But I think that's where this really supports indie podcasters. I could definitely use more to listen to for sure.
Absolutely. I think that the indie podcast thing, bringing more attention to it, is absolutely 100% a good thing.
So it says it recently inducted, so Nezenblat, who was recently inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame, credits the help she had from other creators for her success. So that is really cool opportunity.
Well,
Let's
a
see what
lot of
else.
information security, cybersecurity, and hackers use indie podcasts as well because if they're trying to get I think Scammer Payback started as like a really small indie division before they got big
Oh,
too. So there are a lot of cybersecurity starts small and then they do little groups and connect with one another on a global level to kind of, hey, these are these threat actor trends and let's let the world know about it. Let's give them some hints as how to like fight back or protect themselves. So there's a lot of information security indie podcasts out there.
yes, that's cool. Okay, so guys, again, if you are interested in some new podcasts to listen to, check out Age of Radio. You can see our whole podcast network there. We're going to move on to the next article, and that is about Nintendo Direct. So, who plays Nintendo here? I
I
don't,
do.
but I should start. Yeah, you both do. My boyfriend I got him a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and a Switch 2, sorry. I got a Nintendo Switch 2 for Christmas, and now I'm kind of like, oh, I think I want to start playing. But here it is, everything announced at February Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Do you know anything about these games, Trey or Thermo? You want to talk on them?
Uh, do you want to go first, Thermo, or do you want me to go? I'll go.
Oh,
So,
Thermo's muted.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, you go first. I'm looking through the games. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Okay, so I'm really excited about a couple of them on here. A lot of really interesting ones. One of them is the Oblivion remaster, which is definitely going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of interesting that such a large game is going to be able to fit on the Nintendo Switch's little cards, but that's kind of a fun one.
Gosh, they have
Uh,
tons of games. I did not find that one. Where is it? Are we still going?
it
Okay. Did
should
I
be
miss it?
in there. Oh, right there. Oh, I
Oblivion?
missed it.
What?
Oblivion remastered. Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. All the way down. Okay, there are tons of games that are like being re-released as well. See, we have Fallout 4, which the whole Fallout craze is everywhere.
Okay,
I don't know, some games.
no. How are they gonna get Fallout 4 and all the DLC? That's still huge on my Xbox. Like
I
huge.
know. I'm
I
I'm
think it's
interested to see.
I
I'm
don't know.
Yeah,
assuming
I'm interested to see how it goes because some of these games are I'm just like Joey was playing Overwatch 2 with me on the Switch, and I'm just like, "How does that look?" I was trying to tell him instructions, and I'm like, hit E, X, triangle." I don't know. I don't even know what the controls look like, but we can see that there's some old favorites that are coming to Switch 2 as well. Final Fantasy 7, I think, remake is finally being released. Where did I find that one? Um, Oh, Rebirth. Yep. Rebirth is finally being released on the Switch so many years later, and my cat's sitting on my desk again. And that game is, I don't know, like I played on the PS5 and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. I understand if you only have a Switch, like that's your only choice, but I don't know. If I were to choose to play it on any console, it'd be the PS5 or the PC. So that'll be interesting to
Yeah.
see.
so. The Switch 2 actually has. It doesn't have like OLED or anything, but it actually has 4K 120 hertz gameplay now.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice. So if these are of any interest to you, this one looks kind of interesting. Paranormacite, the Mermaid's Curse. Anything with a mermaid in it draws my attention because I love mermaids. I've never even heard of this game series.
That's the first time
But
I've
it
ever
looks
heard of
in
it too.
a
I'm sorry, I
Square
didn't mean
Enix
to
game.
interrupt you.
So, oh no, you're good. A Square Enix game. So hopefully that is let's see what this is all about.
Whispers of mermaids lurk
Audio.
throughout the coasts of Japan, and the remote island of Kameshima, nestled in Ise Bay, is no exception. Rumors of mermaids exist, even here. On the island shores, drowned by the sound of ocean waves, a cursed tale now begins. The story begins when Yuza Minakuchi, a young pearl diver, encounters a surreal version of himself on the ocean floor.
Ooh.
An unknown girl who's washed ashore. Strangers searching for the mermaid's treasure. And a mysterious housewife who's investigating a drowning. Paths cross and destinies collide as they're pulled into a shocking drama surrounding the mermaid's curse. What ancient truth lies hidden beyond the centuries? Paranormacite, the mermaid's curse. Please
Fascinating.
salvage the truth from the depths of the sea.
Wow, that looks cool. I want to play it.
That does look cool.
Yeah, let's see what else we've gotten here. Hollow Knight 2. So Hollow Knight, I've never played it, but I know it's super, super popular. Have you guys played Hollow Knight?
Yeah, it's a fun little platformer. Well, kind of combo. But I liked it. I had fun. It you If you play a lot of games, you'll get through it pretty quick though.
Mhm.
It's pretty though.
I haven't gotten past the second level of the first game, so.
Oh.
Of course, we've got our usual sports games, The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, another Square Enix. I must have like a Square Enix draw because I'm always like, ooh, and then I'm like,
Ooh.
oh, it's Square Enix. Of course I like it. You know, it's like when you're drawn to like a designer clothes and you're like, of course I like that. Of course it's $800. Bomberman collection coming out. Of course, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Pragmata, Capcom's puzzle shooter game. Okay. Turok Origins. This game has been going on for decades.
Turok.
And then let's see this one, Falcom's Xanadu series. Okay. Looks kind of like a JRPG or oh it is, okay. Yeah, JRPG. Digimon Storytime Stranger. This video is not available, but it is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Monster Hunter Stories. Let's see, console
Oh,
archives and arcade archives. Yeah, what's up?
that's interesting. Oh, I was thinking of Legends. I was thinking this is like reminds me of the Legends game that you could get on Apple Arcade for a bit.
Oh, the
For
Monster
Monster
Hunter.
Hunter. Yeah.
Okay, let's see, and then console archives and arcade archives too. So it looks like they're bringing back some old favorites. The sizzle reel. Okay, this is a breakdown. Let's see what this is. Dun, 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 dun. And you guys can hear the audio on this?
Yep.
Is that Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's so cute. Ooh. Oh, cool. It's like a Fallout Shelter or similar game.
For Star Trek.
Yeah.
Ooh, looks like in everybody's golf.
Goat Simulator 3. Clearly still going strong.
Why are you hiding? Let's make some noise.
I'm a sucker for pretty games, like the ones that are like visually stimulating. I'm like, what is it? I want to play it. So it looks like
Yeah,
a lot of
that
interesting games. Yeah, Trey?
I was gonna say, yeah, that definitely makes sense. A lot of you remind me of a YouTuber that I used to watch. He used to go on and on about graphics.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily even just graphics, just like design, right? Like I still remember there's and I don't think the studio's in anymore, but they made Wii games, Vanillaware, and they would make these beautiful like folkloric style like art. That draws me in more and makes me play a game way more than the functions or the controls or even the style of the game. I'll try it if it just looks visually stunning. I feel like I'm just in the movie or I'm in the show myself. So yeah. Anything that you guys are specifically looking forward to?
I mean, I have been wanting to replay Fallout 4, and if they could get Oblivion on it, because I got the Oblivion remastered. It's got issues on Game Pass, like the cloud version that runs. It's just say it does not run very well. So if they can make it run better on this, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be really cool. You're a big RPG player, aren't you, Thermo?
I do FPS, RPG, platformer. I'm you throw a game at me and I'll try it.
Fair enough. You just seem to be familiar with a lot of RPGs.
Yeah. Yeah. I also have connections and have talked to a lot of different RPG game studios in the past, so
I think the one game I can't play though is, and I've tried, is any Resident Evil game.
really?
I'm too scared. I'm such a wuss. Like jump scares,
Is
no.
it
I
the
cannot
music?
do
Oh, it's
jump
the jump scares. The music
jump
is
scares.
it kind of freaks me out more.
Yes. I mean, I've tried and I've watched people play, and I even watching them play is hard. I love it. I love the story and I love everything. Like, but I love zombie things. I love horror. I just have to have it in very small doses. So
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm gonna have to steal the Switch 2 to try some of those out. Those look really, really cool. Ah! All right, so we've got some interesting news coming out of Cartoon Network. As I was looking at this title, I was like, Rooster Teeth? So this is actually, you said it's being produced by Rooster Teeth, right, Trey?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the Adult Swim announces the English dub for the premiere date for Rooster Fighter. This reminds me a lot of like, I bet there'd be a lot of Filipino fans because like rooster fighting is still a huge thing there. I'm not condoning it, I'm not promoting it, but it's still a huge thing there. But let's take a look at this trailer.
Oh my gosh. What are we watching? Wait, is he like a giant hand? Like what?
Take this.
What are you guys having me watch right now? What is this?
Rooster fighting monsters.
This rooster took lessons from way too many Saiyans, okay?
Rooster Fighter.
Yeah.
New series premieres Saturday, March 14th at midnight.
Are you sure that his
Tonight,
tail's
Adult
not
Swim.
really covered in feathers just to hide the fact that he has a monkey tail?
Oh my gosh, that was very interesting, I have to say. So the migratory bird of justice is officially heading to late night television, according to a recent announcement from Crunchyroll and Adult Swim. The highly anticipated anime adaptation of Rooster Fighter, otherwise known as Niwatori Fighter, is set to make its North American television debut on Toonami Saturday, March 14th, 2026. It's based on the surreal and high-octane manga by Shu Sakuratani. The series has become a viral sensation for its absurd yet genuinely epic premise. A lone, stoic rooster named Keiji who travels across Japan to save humanity from Kiju, towering monstrous demons. I mean, yeah.
That's crazy. Although I trust Rooster Teeth. Have either of you guys seen Ruby?
Yeah. I think I
yeah,
got to season 7, I think.
Yeah, that's about where I dropped off too,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the hero this world needs. So it's interesting. The story follows Keiji, a rooster with a scarred past. How long do roosters even live to have to make a past?
They can live up to like 15 years if I'm remembering correctly. My
Okay,
family tried
so
to have one.
so very similar to like house cats, etc. Um, so he's got a scarred past, which who knows? And
Maybe
a
someone tried to
powerful
eat him.
Oh, maybe he had to survive. I don't know. And a powerful cock-a-doodle-doo that can literally blow the heads off demons. His quest is one of vengeance and honor as he seeks the specific demon that killed his sister. Okay, making allies both human and feathered along the way. All right, who's watching this? I think I would tune in. I'm gonna check it out.
I don't know, man. I got so much on my list. I don't know, man. I don't know, Rooster Fighter.
I would check it out, but it depends on where they're streaming it. If it's not on like Crunchyroll or a couple other places, I probably won't see it.
Yeah, so it is a manga version. It'll be interesting to see. Obviously these look like Keiji's friends. We've got 2 roosters and a hen. I don't know if they're like called hens in there or what, but she looks pretty evil. I dig it. I dig it. All right, yeah. So that is Rooster Fighter. You guys should all check it out. March 14th, Saturday, March 14th. Do we have a crash stream that day, Sam? We should like play it.
I don't, maybe. I can't remember if we might.
Yeah, that is sounds fun.
That is so
All right.
funny.
So moving on from our poultry friends, we've got an interesting collection of predictable cultural trends and moments of 2026. So let's take a look here. So predicting the unpredictable. I don't think I've ever seen an article quite like this, where they predicted what kind of trends are going to be happening. But did 2025 ever happen? Looking back at the year in culture, it's a fair question. No Barbie effect, no Brat takeover, no song of the summer. Instead, culture surfaced in random expressions. Etsy wishes, Labubus, and 6-7, untethered from any larger shifts. Tracing these moments earn us cultural relevance. I kind of feel like 2026 was taken over by a lot of real world struggles. That's really all I can really think of when I think of 2025 was taken over by a lot of really huge real world struggles. And maybe that's why it doesn't seem as trendy. I don't know. What do you guys think about 2025 overall?
Yeah. Yeah, I will tell you guys one thing in the cybersecurity world. We saw an attack on higher education by like 150%. So 2025 was how do we protect consumers from the threats of them losing their data potentially because people want to steal student information to steal their future. It's messed up. So that was my year of, okay, well, how can we improve processes more to keep people safe?
Okay. What about you, Trey?
I don't like so I don't really go into the real world stuff as much. I would disagree with some of it. I feel like there were a lot of trends. I just not a lot of really huge ones. Like
Mm,
K-pop Demon Hunters was just huge for a while.
that's
It
true.
still is.
It still is, especially with all the merchandise coming out now. Like, why didn't they plan for the merch at the same time?
I don't know. It was so delayed.
It was super super delayed. But no, I do agree with you what you're saying there too, Trey. There were lots of trends, just nothing that stood out as much as we think of, like uh wow, it's not nothing's coming to me now. But other trends, face masks, I don't know. But K-pop Demon Hunters is really all I can remember. I can't really remember much before that. It was an interesting year. But let's take a look at the top 5 cultural trends that are predicted. Trey, you want to take it?
Well, the only one I was really curious about was an interesting one that it mentioned called wisdom flexing. Apparently, the years of the hot take and the stuff like that, people are, according to this article, getting tired of it, and they're getting tired of the fast fix content. So they're
Mhm.
saying that wisdom flexing is going to take over, and it's going to be people giving pieces of information that are deep dives or deep knowledgeable takes. And
Mhm.
according to this article, apparently, a book is going to become one of the number one accessories, like a purse, in this year.
Huh. That's fascinating, actually. And you know what? I think that might be the year for my brother because he's the holder of all useless information and the champion of Trivial Pursuit in our family. But no, I think that's interesting. I want to keep an eye on that one because I I tend to be that person too, to be like, oh well, actually, I have tons of knowledge on XYZ topic, and uh I know everything's I feel like we've just gone so far beyond the whole instant gratification thing. It's like, are we gonna go all the way back and like carry around scrolls of information? I don't know. Thermo, what do you think?
I think a lot of it is people realize that information was catered to them in a way that they basically misunderstood how algorithms worked and how search engines work, and they realized that despite the information being served to them, they still had to confirm its accuracy. As that's becoming more and more relevant, people realizing that the internet is not exactly a source of truth. You still have to go and do some validation. um, I think it is going to be a good thing to have people who specialize in our subject matter experts in certain things that can help uplift knowledge in their communities and make people feel stronger in what they learn and what they hope to know.
Yeah, I think with the well, now we do Google searches, right? And Gemini's got at the top everywhere all the time is here's your AI response. Um,
I
it
don't
does
have
at least
Google though. I use DuckDuckGo, so I have no access to AI, and it only
so
goes from cited sources.
it does cite its sources, so I end up going there instead of like looking at the results first. So, I'll read what it says, but then I'll click its the cited sources to get my real information. I mean, it's not that I'm saying it's fake information, but I feel like that needs to be kind of more prevalent in these AI searches so that people are like can understand where it's coming from, and then
Because
you know.
digest can be consumed incorrectly. Like they've shown time and again that algorithms are not digesting information correctly. They're picking up on keywords, but they're arranging them in incorrect orders, and it's causing
Mhm.
misinformation. So
Yeah, so I know while that AI summary is not reliable, I do appreciate that it does kind of collect sources in one space, because when you're looking at the Google or maybe other search engines, you see a lot of the sponsored stuff first, and I'm like, why? It's getting so
a
obnoxious.
shout out to DuckDuckGo because thank you. No ads.
No ads. All right. So a couple other things we've got here. Remixing classics, which I think sounds like something that's always been done. We've entered an era of cultural deja vu. Frankenstein and Hamnet, that I have not heard of, Hamnet, are making waves, while remakes of Wuthering Heights, The Odyssey, and Pride and Prejudice are set to dominate next year. Taylor Swift references Shakespeare. I mean, isn't this like always a thing? Expect
What was
mythology
old always
core and
comes back
folklore
as
mixed
something
into modern
popular,
canon.
reinvigorated. Yeah, I mean, the clothing that was popular when my mom was growing up is now coming back as popular now. I mean, media gets recycled, and then it gets reintroduced with the new knowledge we have now, right? With the insights of that age, and it's re, re how do I put it? It's reinvented in the insights of that age.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is really like something brand new, remixing classics, because, and you mentioned it before, Trey, like no art is original, or I don't want to misquote you, but it's like it's hard to create something absolutely brand new, like how many, centuries that we've been around, like pretty much everything, unless it's like 8,000 miles below sea level has been discovered, I think. So I mean, this has always been happening. How many Greek mythology remakes have I even seen in my life? I recently, well, it was on Netflix a while ago, but Chaos. Chaos was a really awesome show that only went for one season. That was a whole retelling of the Greek gods in a modern world. Lore Olympus is being turned into an animated series, which used to be a webtoon. I don't know. I don't know if I'm really impressed by that prediction. So,
It could. Oh, sorry. It could be that it's going to be a massive uptick this year. Like it's something that's kind of been around for a while, but it's going to see a massive trend this year rather than just something that kind of happens in the background. That could be
it'll
a
be interesting.
possibility.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to follow it, because I
It's like
feel like,
nostalgia bait, right? Because when you're in discomfort, you seek something that made you happy, reminded you of comfort. So that's probably what they're saying is there's a lot going on globally and nationally and internationally. So while people try to cope with the new world that they're facing and with the difficulties, it's essentially saying they're probably going to reflect back on things that were nostalgic for them.
that's an interesting take on it. Okay, I can see that. Friends for sale. In today's economy, even connection as a business model, community has been a hot commodity. Friendship apps pulled in $16 million this year. Members clubs, ticketed singles events are booming, but the backlash is equally real, accusing bad actors like AI necklaces of profiting off the loneliness epidemic. Like it or not, paying to play seems here
Yeah,
to
there are
stay.
these AI necklaces that you're supposed to press them, and your partner or your friend will get a response and they'll press it back to let them know that they're thinking about you. Only they
Interesting.
found it only works within a certain range of each other, and you still have to be connected to a cell phone and all these other devices. So it's just kind of like a quick gotcha, right? And they're also finding that a lot of these robots that they're selling to people, as they run out of space, it's done purposely, saying, oh, they'll be your companion the whole time, not letting you know that as they learn you more and they figure you out more, they need more space for storage. So then you have to upgrade them. And they're essentially selling the idea of friendship to people who have a hard time with connection.
Oof. Yikes.
I think
I
That
did
is
not
really
know.
I
weird.
sadly think it's true because what do businesses do? They profit off of they like a lot
Emotions.
of businesses like to be disingenuous when they're coming up with products that are trying to fill a gap for something that needs to be more of a communal focus and
Mhm.
a societal shift, because societal shifts are difficult, uncomfortable, and hard. Why not just sell a product that can put a band-aid over it?
That's
Hmm.
true.
Yeah, I think that this is a good prediction because we've gone, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic and everything going remote, I think we've gone way too far into the whole just internet socializing, etc. I
Isolation.
mean, it's great for like Trey, like you're in what state right now?
Montana.
Montana. So it's great, obviously, if we can't physically meet up, because when you are in town, we met up for dinner. That was really cool. But if you can't, like, that's great. It's still a great way to connect. But I think in-person events should be promoted. More in-person interactions should be promoted. Hopefully that becomes a trend because I can understand it. Now, paying for friendship, hey, if everyone's consenting, like I don't know, like that's not my business,
Look,
you know?
if you want to make new friends, I know people are like, go to coffees or something. No, go to libraries and go to the
Mhm.
free library events where you get to like make a random craft or play with their 3D printers or learn about something random, because they're always doing lessons for the community. And eventually you'll find your people. I
That's a
mean,
good idea.
yeah.
And I think that human connection, and I hope I'm right. I think human connection can never be replaced with artificial connection. I hope I'm right.
I agree with
Um,
you wholeheartedly. Yeah, it's not even as somebody who is a heavy user of ChatGPT. It's very nice. But it's only skin deep. It is not a
mhm.
replacement.
Yeah, ChatGPT said to me the other day, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "What? What? That's what are you doing? Stop humanizing yourself." Anyway, okay, we're spending quite a lot of time on this one, but I'm really interested in this one. So, serving looks. Um, let's see. I don't know if I care much for
I
this
feel
one.
like that's always been around. Everyone's gonna serve a look. Now, what the theme this year, we don't know, but there's gonna be some kind of theme around some kind of look this year.
Yeah, mirroring a larger trend of sports as the new arena of fashion and lifestyle influence. In 2026, move from front row to courtside. Nah, I don't care about that one. Okay, energy overload. As drinking habits sober up, the search for a different kind of kick is in. From coffee buckets, to monster
Coffee?
lattes, zen binges, say that 80 times fast, zen binges, and protein everything. We're supersizing our stimulants paired with aesthetics romanticizing 80s banker culture and whispers of an American Psycho remake. This raises the question, are we seeing the dawn of a new yuppie era? If so, hedonism this time around looks a lot like hyperfueling. Thoughts?
So what happens when you're lonely and you need friends? You have a hard time sleeping and you get into mental holes, and then all of a sudden you have to go to work the next day and you're tired. So yeah, I can see this happening. This is a cycle though. This isn't abnormal. If you look back at like war times, coffee and anything that gave people energy was just, I mean, if you got a hold of it, you were doing really well, because they needed something to boost them at all times. They would always, just like drugs
Mm,
that could boost them, were used very heavily in times of war or strife, because someone needs that little boost of adrenaline or caffeination or just something to help them get through their day. So unfortunately, yeah, I think this might get worse, especially with how easy it is to access things now, through gummies or powders or liquids, or even baking it into any foods, or they're like starting
mhm.
to inject it into vegetables now. And I'm like, oh no. Like,
I did notice that fast food places are carrying more energy style drinks. I had a
mhm.
conversation with someone who was like, "Oh, I got my kid this whatever berry refresher, and it had caffeine in it." So I'm very surprised to see more caffeine drink
Yeah.
style
So you
drinks
think this is
at fast food.
caffeine? This is a probiotic. It's I have a sinus infection, so I'm just
Okay, don't show the
worried.
label; we'll get banned. Joey Galvez is watching us from YouTube. He says, "Hi, friends." Hey, let us know
Hi.
what you
Hello,
think of
Joey.
these predictions. I I try to stay off of caffeine. I mean, I'll have like one Coke Zero a day just to kind of alleviate the headaches, but I know the addictions can get really
I
bad.
love
So,
tea. I'm a tea person. Tea is
Mm.
delicious.
How about you, Trey?
I am a bit more of an energy person. I will drink a lot more coffee, but also um I've like so it's kind of iffy. Sometimes I look at like the neurogums of the world and stuff like that and go, "Huh, I wonder how if that would be helpful to me or not." And I'm always
Mm.
very eerie about it. One time, a question if you guys ever had anything like this happen. Uh Flipping I went to the coffee shop at my college's store, or not coffee shop, it's a college store, and they had Red Bull gum. Popped one or two of them, instant jitters, instant not feeling very good. So I've
Wow.
been very leery about that.
Red Bull gum. I don't know. I mean, I know they used to have like caffeine pills or coffee pills a long time ago. I don't think I could do Red Bull gum,
I had
but I could
energy
probably.
drinks twice in my entire life, and I've had very bad reactions. Like one of them I had to go to urgent care for. So I don't touch them.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really weird.
It's
Joey says I
scary.
drink
It's like
two to
it's like my
three
heart's gonna leave
monsters.
my body.
I know,
That's
that's how
the
I feel
joke about
too.
Red Bull giving you wings. It gives your heart wings so that your heart can launch itself from your body.
It does. Joey says I drink 2 to 3 monsters per day. I'm bad. Oh my god.
Joey,
Oh,
no,
okay. No
no.
judgment. But when I moved to Dubai, it was like an 11-hour difference, and I was literally
Oh,
falling asleep in class. I actually would do like 3 or 4 Red Bull a day, and I was like, when my heart started like beating out of my chest, I'm like, I need to try espresso now. But I mean, I just had to just to survive. Joey says I have ADHD though, so caffeine does the opposite for me. Yeah, I can see that as an ADHDer. I can see that as well. Top 5 cultural moments. Again, remember, these are predictions. So, America 250, the US semi quincentennial isn't just a birthday, it's a cultural reset. Expect renewed storytelling around identity, legacy, and who gets included in the American narrative. Brands will mine history and symbolism at their own risk. Thoughts?
I love that. I absolutely love that. I think I didn't even think of that. So am I understanding it right? This is our 250th anniversary as a country. Is that right?
1776.
yeah,
Uh,
it's usually around the time when empires fall. They don't typically make it past 250.
uh, I actually heard that back when I was in flippin' school, and back then it was 200. Just
I
Oh,
know it's been
yeah.
250 for a long time. There's a couple, but that's just because we discovered more information, right? So like people, oh, we discovered this last empire that all the documents that, hey, we were wrong about when it started. But no, I
Mhm.
think in general, like it's there, I don't know, man, the world's going through a really big shift in general right now, all over. So I think that we need to change what we focus on as our branding because
Mm.
a lot of countries do. A lot of countries of what their foundations were, they need to acknowledge where they started and just start including more people.
Joey says, dang, Sam said things because this empire is fallen, lol. I think it would be really good to renew the histories and, our foundations to match modern day societies and what we need as a culture from our foundations.
Talk
Clearly,
about
250
everybody. Yeah, like
years is a
what
lot.
everyone needs more equity, right? Because
Yeah.
it's been through a certain lens for too long.
And I think it could probably, well, I mean, it's not going to happen, but maybe just a revision of our constitution and seeing where things are no longer valid, or seeing where we can modify it to match our current society. But if it happens, it'll be interesting. Royal wedding, pop culture's power couple, Taylor Swift and Travis. I don't care too much
Why
about
would
that.
they be called royalty? They're just celebrities.
They're pop culture royalty. Pop culture royalty, which
uh,
Taylor Swift's cool. I don't have much thoughts on that. Do you guys want to
Nothing.
comment or nothing? Okay. World Cup. I also don't have much comment on the World Cup either because I don't care much for soccer. Okay, moving on. Grand Theft Auto 6. Here we go.
Is it actually happening though, or is this just
Well,
another?
Prediction, right? Because it's been 13 years. I mean, when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out and then it was popular and then they came out online, right? And then that was a whole nother
You know what I
like
think is
burst
going to
of
happen? I think the
interest.
next Mass Effect is going to come out before the next GTA does.
Maybe.
The
Maybe.
next Mass Effects had more delays, but actually they're showing gameplay and like designs versus.
I hope Fallout 5 comes out before then too.
Yeah.
Like they're working on that and I know things can get delayed, especially with, all the updates they do to 76 and the TV show. So hopefully we get Fallout 5 too.
There's also oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's also Elder Scrolls 6. It's just funny because every single it's also, you see this in the tech world too. Every year it's a iPhone X is coming out this year, or iPhone, all of that other stuff.
Yep. No,
It's
you do.
kind of funny.
Okay. Next one is about sports. Why so many sports? Three sports related predictions. Blech. From continued UFC growth to Tom Brady pioneering on flag football. I don't know. I can't comment on those because I don't know anything about sports. Sure, sports is part of pop culture, but we're more geeks than sporties.
But I
Okay.
actually don't think sports are going to do as well as they say, though, because sport events cost a lot of money, and the
that's
tickets
true.
just keep going up and up and up. So really, it's going to get to a point where sports are only going to be watched by the elite, and that might be a problem, right? Because
Like,
who's going to sponsor
you're
them if
talking
the
like in
fans aren't coming to
person?
watch? It's getting like baseball tickets.
Are you
I
talking
used
about
to
like in
love
person?
baseball. It's so expensive.
Yeah. I mean, things like spring training is okay to go hang out. I'll go to live sports events, but only for like special things or if like someone's like, "Hey, I got tickets," whatever. Because I just love live events in general. And sport
You know,
events
it's really fun to watch people hackers watching good hackers hack bad guys. That's fun to watch. It's probably cheaper too.
hackers. So all right. So there is a new trailer coming out on Netflix. It is the Bakido the Invincible Samurai trailer. So let's take a look and see what that's all about. Dun, 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 dun.
This arena has always had an unbreakable rule, but this time, the fighters can use weapons!
Strange heartbeat I keep sensing. Seriously.
Why is he sweating so much?
My name is Musashi Miyamoto.
World's strongest was made for him. The greatest warrior
I was gonna make some comments about those blades coming out.
His godlike fighting skills almost make him one. I would like to see you fight.
I will defeat the strong. The
What
strongest
studio's
man alive
animating
is about
this?
to meet his match. You are correct. I wish for a decisive end. All right,
It
then.
reminds me of something, and I can't figure out what.
Let's go. How about now? Can you see it? Do you understand? There's no one stronger than I am.
I had no idea this kind of power even existed. Defeat men of death.
Are you trying to insult me? That man's a cultural heritage. She can't do that.
Fight your heart out and put on a show!
Here I
Kinda
am,
like-
man of the
like-
21st century, about to battle the best swordsman of the Warring States period. He's gonna face
It's
me
like
with two swords.
Dragon Ball
Listen,
Z
Bucky.
and
I
JoJo's
won't go
Bizarre
easy on
Adventure
you.
got together somehow.
Would you say it's similar to Seven Deadly Sins? Because I
Pieces
know
are coming
Yeah,
together.
that's the only link.
Seven Deadly Sins, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Dragon Ball. Put them all together. I think this is what you did.
I'm watching this,
Wait,
by the way.
I feel like the over exaggeration of like the character designs reminds me of like Fist of the North Star.
Yeah,
that-
that's what it was. I was trying to remember what it was. Yes, that is exactly what it reminds me of.
So what studio? I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Netflix International BV's producing it.
Okay.
Huh. Bakudo. Do you have any other? Let's see. No, but Trey, you're gonna be watching this.
I'm going to be watching this. I'm actually very excited. This looks so good.
Do you know who is the animation studio?
No, I have no idea.
But I'm used to them putting it in the beginning, and I'm like, oh, it's not there.
Let's see. It's Bakido. Bakido. Oh, Baki the Grappler. Okay, so it's a manga
another one.
series. It says Baki the Grappler is a popular Japanese manga. But where is
That's a different show. That's a different
we go.
show, Baki the Grappler.
But it was showing the
pretty sure.
same kind of like characters. I think. Wait, hold on. Okay, Bakido fandom. Bakido. It's so weird when it's hard to find out like what this is about. Bakido the Invincible Samurai is the 7th anime series chronologically. The series is a direct sequel to Hanma Baki from 2023, and it adapts the Bakido manga series. Okay, interesting. So this is the 7th in a series of something I've never heard of. But yeah, Bakido Invincible set to premiere February 26, 2026. Artwork highlights central conflict between the modern underground arena fighters and resurrected legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. Okay, interesting. All right, yeah. You should check it out, make a real review of it, and let us know if it's worth watching.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't know. I don't know if it's not really like my cup of tea, but hey, could be interesting. Yeah. All right, so we are going to move on to a section of our show where we share some interesting, fun, unusual, obscure news. And I'm going to go ahead and let Trey take it over for his.
Oh, I don't have it open. Do you have the tab open?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I will open it for no problem. Can you talk about it while I find the link?
So I've been thinking about visually impaired characters, being visually impaired myself. So I decided, and I haven't watched a lot of the media that apparently some of the other people have. So I made a list of all of the best visually impaired, well, more blind because there aren't really visually impaired characters so much. Characters in media. So
it's making me
I'm really
sub,
curious
right?
what you guys' thoughts are going to be. What?
It's making me sub to look at the link. Okay, here we go.
Oh, it shouldn't be doing that.
No problem. No problem. So here we go. Let me go ahead and share it. I should sub to you anyway.
I thought you already,
All right.
I think you already were at some point.
Cool. All right. Top 5 blind characters in media.
So
the start is Kaname Tosen. Go ahead.
That is an honorable mention. I put the honorable mentions at the forefront. Either of you guys have watched Bleach?
I haven't, no.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. He's a pretty cool character in that, but his blindness doesn't really affect him that much. I feel like the spiritual sense kind of separates him from that a little bit. And that's why he's not on the list.
Okay. And then another honorable mention is Ominous Gaunt. Did I say that right?
Ominous Gaunt. Yep. From the Hogwarts Legacy games, if either of you guys have played that. He's just not that big of a character that I can mention him.
Okay. All right. So your number 5 is Merlin from The Lost Years of Merlin.
Yep. I'm not gonna. So I don't want to go through all of them. I'm just curious what you guys' thoughts, if you guys recognize any of these. But that book explains blindness in a way that I feel like few media sources actually do. It is a very good read, even if you like audiobooks.
Okay. Daredevil's number 4. He's the only one that I've heard of so far on this list. First of all, you don't have a ton of experience with Daredevil. He's blind. I mean, I think for superheroes, it definitely does the thing where it enhances other senses.
Yeah.
You have something?
Yeah, so his stuff is almost too, like, he's blind, but his blindness gives him some of the stuff. Like, for instance, echolocation, actually being able to hear people's heartbeat, I feel like it's a little bit overkill, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3 is Gyome Himejima from, what's this one from?
Demon Slayers.
Demon Slayer. I also have not seen Demon Slayer. Don't at me!
You're missing out. It's a good show.
You know what? Like when shows have gone so long and they have like so many seasons, I feel intimidated. Like I want to watch One Piece, but there's just so many like seasons. So I'm starting with the
No,
Netflix
there's
show,
only
and I
one
think that will
season
get me
and
more.
multiple arcs. That's the problem. One Piece, that's technically its first season. All those
One
episodes
Piece?
are
How
its
many
first
seasons are
season. I'm
One
not kidding.
Oh, okay.
It's disturbing.
But yeah, that's sometimes how I feel about that. Kenshi from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with this late Mortal Kombat one, but yeah. Do you want to talk about him?
So you sound like you're familiar with him, Thermo?
I mean, Kenshi can fight. He's actually kind of fun to play with. I feel like in the game, because he's blind, he uses his sense of hearing better, and so he like responds faster. Like, because when another character moves, it's almost like you can fight faster than when you play different ones. I don't know.
That's kind of cool. That's a thing I never noticed. Honestly, it's just the fact that he's competent when being blind. That was why I put him so high up, and he's flipping a badass. If you're visually impaired and you didn't get excited seeing him, I don't know what.
Dude, I know I can't see. Look, I'm wearing contacts, and I am very close to being like to the point where they can't correct my vision in my left eye. I'm very close.
And number 1 is Toph Beifong from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I also haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh!
Wait, you've not seen Avatar? What, did you just say you have not seen Avatar? Am I gonna have to fight you?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
I know.
All right. You know, I'm gonna take care of this, Trey. I'm gonna take care of this for us. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, we should watch them during our craft sessions or something.
Yes.
I can't. And like again, like long shows with like lots of seasons or something. I just feel so intimidated.
No, but Avatar is different because it's only like 15-minute episodes. They're not very long. They're very quick. And there's a lot of filler episodes that if you don't want to watch it, you can skip through it and you really won't miss anything.
I mean, you have to tell me what to skip.
Oh, I can tell you. I can tell you what to do. But I mean, in general, because it's so quick and fun, it's 5 seasons and there's a lot of episodes per season. But it's like watching Steven Universe, where I'm like, it's a lot of episodes, but I go through it so fast because it's just a flow, like a really good flow.
I guess it's kind of like Adventure Time, because Adventure Time are like 10-minute episodes, so I was able to get through that pretty quick. Yeah, I think there, and I don't know, Sam, you're gonna know, but who is the in The Mandalorian? There is a blind character in that one.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty cool. I cannot remember his name.
Oh, hang on. He's on my shelf. He's on my shelf.
Okay, Thermo's running to her shelf. I don't know what that means.
Where are you? Oh, shoot it in way. Yeah, wait.
Where is he? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna.
He's on my shelf.
Aha! There he is, and it's Chirrut.
He's from Rogue One. He's not from The Mandalorian.
Oh, that's right, Rogue One. Oh my god!
I was like, wait a second, Mandalorian's cool, which is cool too, but Chirrut Imwe.
Okay.
I was like, no, I have him on my shelf because I love him.
Why did I put Mandalorian? Rogue One. I was like, I knew it was one of those.
Yeah, that's why my brain kind of hiccuped for a second, and I'm like, wait a second. Hi.
Here he is. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is the character I was thinking of when I saw your list, even though I didn't remember who he was. But yeah, Chirrut Imwe, a human male born on the moon of Jeddah. So he seemed really cool. I was very sad. Well, I won't spoil it for a movie that's like however long, but he does not survive. But yeah, he stood out to me when I was thinking about your list. So he seemed really, really badass, the way that he was able to use his other senses to kick ass, basically. Kick bum. Yeah. So any other thoughts on...
Hold on, just one moment.
Oh, we're getting a call.
Grandma, I'm still on my meeting.
I love
Sorry.
Say hi, Grandma!
Everybody's saying hi.
Why aren't you watching? Tell
She's
Grandma
been at
she needs to
Sam's
watch
Club.
next time. All right. So, any other last thoughts on your Substack? If you haven't subbed to Trey Substacks, sub to the Substack.
Substack. Yep.
Substack. Let me see.
So I'm
Oh,
gonna say.
we can share a link in here. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
So there's actually a QR code, but also Tough was first because she is the only one where the blindness is actually pretty clearly relevant, honestly. So that's
and
why.
she makes fun of the other characters whenever they show her things, and she's like, "Oh, what is that piece of paper?"
Yeah.
And she'll get mad at them. She's like, "Yeah, can you see it?" And she's like, "No, I can't. I'm blind."
So you can use the QR code, guys, there in the corner to sub to Trey's Substack. Sub to the Substack. I actually signed up for Substack, but I have not started it, and I don't know. I'm just too busy doing everything else. So make sure that you do that, guys. And my funny article here is I try to go for something very, very lighthearted. So we've got here at I think this is in Commerce City. Police warn unicyclists to stop juggling fire at intersection, although they admit the act was quite good. So here you can see a picture of this amazing act. And I did have to check. I'm like, am I on theonion.com or is this real? It's real. So they have a viral video. Oh, is this the video? Oh, where's the video? Is this it? Viral video. Okay, it's gonna make me like go everywhere. But anyway, on February 5th, Commerce City Police Department posted a viral video showing a man in brightly colored clothing riding a unicycle into a busy intersection in Colorado. As traffic waited at the red light, he pulled out flaming torches and began juggling, even adding an under the leg toss to show off his talents. Now, I'm all about like buskers and people trying to like share their art and whatever, but maybe it has to be within at least legal confines. Impressive, but totally dangerous. The impromptu show lasted 40 seconds, 40 minutes, a long time, before the performer rolled away, leaving drivers stunned. Police, however, were less amused as although they admitted the act was impressive. So the intersection of US 85 and 60 isn't exactly Las Vegas Strip, or is it? Oh, is this the video? Here we go. Let's try this. Let me move the QR code. Wow.
That's crazy.
Whoa. Oh my God. I love that. That is so cool.
That's so funny. Definitely not in the intersection, but if it was in a corner, I think it would be a lot more.
I think it was the act of the risk that I don't know. Why he did, I don't know. Everybody calm down. We didn't give him a
you know
ticket.
what? He needed to bring that to the world because he was trying to de-stress the people after work. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm
Feel
like,
a little adrenaline so you can get home, get ready for all the chores you have to do. Just be a fire performer right in the middle of the crowd.
and I'm totally down, like I said, for sharing like anything to like make other people smile or have a good day. It's just like, okay, maybe a unicycle trick, but he went all out with like the juggling and the fire and the underleg toss.
That was awesome.
So, yeah,
Awesome.
I have to give kudos. Any other thoughts?
I think it was awesome.
Yeah, I think it was awesome.
Do you need me to share news? I do know I read a lot, so.
If you have something to share, for sure.
All right. They now know how to take cancer cells and turn them back into regular cells.
I heard that. That's so cool.
It is. I believe it was in South Korea, and they're still experimenting. They also in China have created a glue for your bone that sets in less than 3 hours.
That.
Okay, for a second, I thought you were gonna say a glue for your bum.
Yes, your butt. No, your bones. So, like when you break your bone and have a really bad compound fracture, usually you have to get like nails and plates and all these things. No, now there's glue for that.
Ooh, nice. That's so
awesome.
cool.
But the cancer thing is insane. The fact that they've managed to change the programming and they essentially figured out that, okay, the cancer cell obviously is a cell that's misinformed and it's confused and it's doing the wrong thing. They've learned how to reprogram it and turn it back into a regular cell.
Yeah, I think that there were probably I mean, I have very specific thoughts about cancer treatments. You know, both my parents have died from cancer, and I think that there could have been a lot more done a lot sooner if there weren't, you know, big walls in the way.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
that's good, and I hope that that spreads. Not like the cancer spreads. I hope that the cure spreads.
No, I hope it
Anyway.
becomes, from what I understand, the reason it's being shared so like readily, just like the guy that created a new alternative fuel out of like recycled materials, they're trying to share it with the world because they want people to be able to like recreate it so that it doesn't get isolated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're kind of making it open source kind of style.
Mhm.
Nice. All right, guys. So we are kind of wrapping it up a little bit early here today. Any other last thoughts, last things you guys want to share?
My cat's eating. I don't think you can see him, but he's making a lot of noise. You're lucky you can't hear this.
Thank goodness.
So, guys, if you missed it, we were live at Tempe FanCon last Saturday. You can find the broadcast on our channel. If you're watching our YouTube right now, just scroll down a little bit and you'll see it. I'm not sure what's coming up next. Jeremy's at a convention right now, and I think we're trying to get him to WonderCon at least. WonderCon is March.
He is going. He
Yes.
and Dustin
I mean,
are going to be there.
He's got the hotel, but I don't know if he has tickets yet. So, but WonderCon's coming up. We'll talk about it more as it gets closer, but that is going to be March 27 through 29, I think. 27, 28, 29.
It's the 26th through the 28th, I think, or 27th through the 29th. Is
Well,
one of those.
we're going on the 26th. So
Okay,
I
so
think it's
27th through
27th.
29th then. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, so WonderCon's going to be in Anaheim. Something to look forward to. So let's go ahead and share where you can find us all. Oh, let's see. Hold on a second. Joey says, I'll be at the Arizona, is that Comics something fair? What's the CAF? On February 28th
Comics
at the Phoenix Shrine Auditorium.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think
So
it's the
yeah, we'll
Comics
mention
and
that
Arts
again too
Festival.
as we get closer.
Yeah.
CAF.
Comics and Arts Festival, like Trey said.
Comics and Arts Festival. Got it. Arizona Comics and Arts Festival, February 28th at the Phoenix Shrine Auditorium. Joey Galvez of Geek Collective will be there, as well as Jeremy from Age of Jeremy and Mercury. And then, yeah. So let's go ahead and share where we can find everybody and what's your last thoughts, Trey?
This is always so much fun. I love hopping on with you guys. This is awesome. So you guys can find me just about anywhere at Creator Trey, and if you're interested in doing the Substack thing, that's at creatortrey.substack.com. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Here's that little QR code.
Ooh, I've got lots of buttons to push here. Whoa. Okay. And Thermo, how about you?
You can find me ThermoAZ at ThermoAZ on YouTube and on Instagram. And you can find me as ThermoAZ on Instructables. Instructables is where a lot of my content is going these days because I'm writing tutorials. Although I'm going to be quiet for the next month because I'm focusing heavily on a costume project that I have to submit pictures for that Jess and I got approved to compete at. So I'll focus on that. Hammer as tall as I am.
Yeah, so that's WonderCon. So you guys are going to want to actually find out what we're doing. And for me, hi everybody. I am today's, oh, it didn't show. Oh, it did show. It's a ticker. Okay, it's a ticker. All right. You guys can find me. I try and do my best to be here every Friday on Mercury, but I'm also the host, co-host at Cost Talk Live along with Thermo. I do game streams every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Arizona time, and starting next week, every other Thursday, I'll be doing Jinx Unstitched, which is our usual cosplay topic show. Thermo games every Sunday, right,
Yep.
at 12 o'clock. At Cost Talk Live, and then you can find me. I'm Jinx at the Jinx Cosplay on socials, or jinxcosplay.com is my website. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in this week. We will be back next week. Mercury, your home for podcasting and pop culture news. We will see you later. Bye. Oh, bye, Zeke.